This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Caitlin Clark is clearly a catalyst for a business that was, and let's be honest, Caitlin to some degree financially saved the WNBA. It was hemorrhaging money for years.
Fans of Caitlin Clark felt the same way after the basketball season as they do when their favorite show ends and they don't know what to do. But don't worry, Clark has an unexpected approach that might work. Let's be truthful. The basketball season outside of Caitlin Clark games are a snooze fest, and the off-season It's a Brag fans are left hanging chomping at the bit for any news about their favorite players. And when it comes to Caitlin Clark, the rumor mill was working overtime. Will she stay in the US, head to Europe, maybe take up competitive knitting, or maybe pickball? Gosh, the fake news machine has gotten so bad that other channels have started inventing steroids. Rumors for all the WNBA players they could think of. Yourself, damn, what is going on here? Here's the thing, Clark's got something up her sleeve that nobody saw coming. It's not just about staying relevant, it's about changing the game, or maybe games. We're talking career-altering, fan-shocking women's sports revolutionizing stuff. Here, can you blame her for wanting to shake things up? Guess what? This decision isn't just about Clark, it's about setting a new standard for athlete influence and cross-sport appeal. Before we break it down, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Are you ready? Let's go.
Yourself, damn, what is going on here?
You might think you know what Caitlin Clark will do next, but her most recent move involves trading in her sneakers for golf spikes, so get ready to have your assumptions refuted.
Caitlin, they said on the broadcast tonight that you were not going to play overseas, you were going to take some time. Can you just tell us a little bit more about that decision?
Following weeks of conjecture on Clark's plans for the off-season, her startling declaration has stunned fans. Nobody expected the decision she made. The basketball sensation is hoping for more than a fast round or two, and this is when things go crazy on the golf course. In addition to playing golf for leisure, Clark is competing in the LPGA's Unka Pro AM event at Florida's Pelican Golf Club. Yes, Annika Sorenstam, the legendary golfer, will be her opponent. What a powerful move.
I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I don't know what I'm going to do the next day. So maybe play some golf. I think that's what I'm going to do until it gets too cold in Indiana. So I got that. I'll become a professional golfer.
Not too much, babe.
Yeah.
Just wait, keep it basketball.
It turns out that Clark's athletic prowess goes beyond the basketball court, in case you were wondering where this came from. Her diverse sports background has been concealed. For instance, she played soccer as a child, which helped her build the explosive strength behind her jump shot. She seems to have spent her entire life training in secret for this moment, but golf is a whole different ballgame, or is it?
WNBA Rookie of the Year set to compete in a Pro-Am golf event next month. The Indiana Fever superstar will appear at the Unka, which is the next to last tournament on the LPGA Tour from November 11th through the 17th. She will also play in the Pro-Am event on November 13th.
A video of Clark nearly hitting a hole-in-one has gone viral, and I have to admit that it's incredible to see how happy she was after making the birdie. On the green as well as the court, Clark's competitive spirit is equally potent.
I remember getting my first set of golf clubs for one of my birthdays when I was really young. My dad got it for me. It was an all pink bag, all pink clubs, and my dad would always take me when we were younger. I probably started playing golf when I was like 3rd or 4th grade. I mean, I was terrible. I couldn't hit it off the ground.
Clark claims that she is thrilled about this new assignment. Being able to compete in a competition featuring the name of a legend like Annika Sorenstam thrills me so much that you can practically feel my joy. I'm a tremendous golf fan.
Caitlin, that could be in. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Hey! Right from the pictures away! No! Caitlin! Oh, I have to go after that. Are we being serious?
Wow.
Are we sure it didn't go in? Are we sure?
Let's not deceive ourselves, though. This is a planned strategy to keep fans interested and pay attention when other players start podcasts during the off-season. It goes beyond only Clark's love of golf. Clark is working hard and expanding her brand. Remember the famous John Deere commercial? Large crowds saw Clark's performance and charisma, which were commended by professional golfers. She's making waves and drawing attention in addition to participating in these activities. This move to golf is about more than just staying relevant or developing oneself. Clark is not content to just be a basketball player. He wants to become a sports icon, period.
Is this it? Is this like a, we're good, we're going to call this a birdie?
I don't think so. No!
Yes!
Think about how few players at this level are able to transition between other sports. In addition to dispelling basketball preconceptions, Clark is reinventing what it means to be a contemporary athlete by proving that it is feasible to excel in a variety of settings, push oneself continuously, and keep your supporters guessing. Let's be honest, from the perspective of fan interaction, this is a wonderful approach. Please remember to like, subscribe, and enable all notifications if you've made it this far and are enjoying the video. We recognize that watching this film requires some of your time, and we value that. We're providing us with an excuse to continue observing, supporting, and discussing her over the entire year. We enjoy watching her all year long because she is more than simply an athlete. She is an amazing person who is entertaining, interesting, and enjoyable.
Hey, for some golf.
Perfect out here.
I never golf this early in the morning.
I grew up in Des Moines and I played there a ton. And honestly, I try to get back there as much as I can to play with my family. My dad plays a lot, my older brother plays a lot. So, it's super fun.
In addition to altering the game, Clark is also rewriting the rules for women's sports, as evidenced by the figures, which are truthful and tell a tale that has everyone, from fans to ex, sitting up and paying attention. Guess who will transform basketball in the same way that Tiger Woods transformed golf? The Caitlin Clark effect is more than just a catchphrase, so let's discuss it. All-star votes for the WNBA surged by 598 between 2024 and 2025, and this phenomenon is utterly upending the sports world. The growth in viewership is simply astounding. That's not a typo, folks. We're talking about an almost six-fold increase in fan contact, and it's all due to Clark's alluring presence on and off the court in addition to the fact that she garnered the most votes.
We're very competitive people. We love to compete, whether it's on a basketball court or if it's out here. I think it just adds a fun element to golf. That's in the hole!
The way Clark plays the game, athletic, exuberant, thrilling, and team-first, and how she's motivating a whole new generation of players and supporters are just as important as the numbers. You know you're doing something well when you're compared to Tiger Woods. Clark was more than simply talented during her debut campaign. She was a force to be reckoned with, setting 62 records and guiding the Indiana Fever to their first postseason trip in 8 years. When did you begin to truly consider golf to be a legitimate sport? When you watched Tiger Woods play is most likely the answer. Let's apply that to the WNBA now. It's true that Robert Griffin, the Tiger Woods of the sports world, referred to Clark as the Tiger Woods of the WNBA. Clark is drawing attention to women's basketball in the same way that Tiger did for golf. Clark, Caitlin.
Y'all should be thanking that girl for getting y'all ass private charters, all the money and visibility she bringing to the WNBA.
Clark isn't content to be the best at just one sport. Instead, she's showing her followers that she can play every kind of ball, and they adore it. Although Clark's impact is extensive, women's sports in general are receiving even more attention as a result of her golfing achievements. In addition to her physical prowess, Clark is taking on leadership roles that are shaping the future of women's sports. She received an invitation to speak on a panel at the Women's Leadership Summit, which is a sign of her commitment to the development of women's sports rather than just a publicity stunt. Zach Johnson, a two-time major golf champion, summed it up perfectly when he said that it's simple to be a Clark fan off the court, regardless of her personal performance on the court or the course. This speaks much about Clark's character and her attraction to a wide range of sports and audiences. In addition to being an athlete, she is a role model and a game changer.
I feel like I'm like Tiger Woods. That's what it feels like. But then you go to the next hole and you get humbled instantly, so.
Imagine a future where player safety and team dynamics undergo a revolution because to Clark's golf stroke. Could a whole new era of women's sports be unlocked by Clark's off-season pastime? By proving that it is feasible to succeed in several fields while upholding a strong personal brand, Clark's impact is establishing a new benchmark for athlete involvement and marketability. Athletes may now have more options for sponsorships, cross-sport partnerships, and year-round fan interaction.
First putt of the day. For birdie.
You might think that Clark's desire to keep his fame or grow personally was the only reason he decided to play golf, but you should reconsider. The WNBA may undergo some major adjustments as a result of this action. In addition to their excitement, fans are demanding improved officiating and player safety. And guess what? It might be made possible by Clark's star power. Let's examine it more closely. Clark's move to golf is not only attracting attention, but also increasing competition in the WNBA. Knowing that great athletes have alternative options, the league's top executives are starting to recognize they need to change if they want to keep top players like Clark happy and healthy. Whether it's overseas, in a different league, or even in a completely different sport, they're just lucky. Caitlyn's sponsorship deals most likely prevent her from pursuing her dream of playing in the WNBA. It's not only about bigger paychecks and more lavish locker rooms, though, and the NBA could not be as fortunate for other prospective players in the future. When was the last time a player had the ability to influence a whole league? We are discussing important developments that could fundamentally reshape the professional sports environment for women. By extending her athletic career, Clark is playing chess in addition to golf. She is showing the WNBA that its stars have other options and that, in order to retain its best players, the league must start addressing certain long-standing issues.
Yeah, and the one thing as a very long-term sports fan I know is that officiating and refereeing is always at the top of a fan's list, of the media's list. Obviously, not every, they're humans.
The mental game should not be disregarded. Key elements of golf, such as patience, mental toughness, and precision, are expertly applied to the basketball court. Given that Clark is honing both her swing and her intelligence, just think of the effect this could have on player rights and contract negotiations. For elite athletes across all sports, this could result in an entirely new approach to off-season training. Clark's popularity and broad appeal have given her unprecedented authority. In addition to negotiating for herself, she's setting a new standard for what players may anticipate from their leagues in terms of enhanced safety procedures, better training facilities, and more thorough medical care. It's not only about the benefits now that everything is on the table. Clark is inspiring a whole new generation of young athletes to go higher and accomplish more outside of the court or the green. Youngsters are learning that it's possible to be successful in multiple sports, to challenge the current quo, and to use your platform for good.
I'm going to try to play more golf, honestly, over the break. I haven't been out there yet this year, so I got new clubs that I need to break in and see how they swing. So hopefully get out there later this week, honestly.
Let's talk about that platform for a moment now. In addition to being an athlete, Clark is a leader, and her attendance at events like the Women's Leadership Summit shows how committed she is to advancing women's sports in general. She wants to improve the industry as a whole and is not content with her own accomplishments. Her attempts to increase awareness of women were best summed up by the well-known Unka Sorenstam. What does this all signify for women's sports going forward? This isn't just lip service. It recognizes Clark's potential to be a true game changer in the sports industry. Sports are great both on and off the court. Caitlin Clark's decision to transfer from basketball to golf during the off-season is revolutionary for women's sports in general. We are discussing a shift in the way athletes train, how leagues handle their stars, and how fans engage with each other throughout the year. To ensure you never miss anything, please let us know in the comments, like, subscribe, and enable all notifications if you agree. We might be entering a new era when player welfare is not just a buzzword but a primary emphasis of league operations. If you agree, please let us know in the comments by subscribing and turning on all notifications so you never miss anything. Then, click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next one.